April 29th, 2025. 1:47 p.m., Northwestern Medical Center. Employee reporting a female named Ashton left the hospital in the middle of a mental health crisis. She was running through the halls, causing a disturbance, and then left the building through the ambulance entrance. At 1:50 p.m., the responding officer is making contact with her on Fairfield Street. 2:11 p.m., St. Albans Police Department. Dispatch reporting there is a female in the lobby wanting to report that she's been getting harassed by her tenants. 4:25 p.m., Brickyard/Stewart's. Employee reporting there is a male currently in their store who has caused disturbances before and they would like him trespassed. At 4:30 p.m., the responding officer reports his name is Roberto Morales, who doesn't speak English very well. 5:45 p.m., corner of North Main Street and Kingman Street. Caller reporting there is a woman laying in the middle of the roadway. At 5:46 p.m., the responding officer confirms there is in fact a woman laying in the middle of the road and asks dispatch to send AmCare. At 6 p.m., AmCare transporting Ashton to the hospital. 6:19 p.m., Buck Hollow Road. Caller reporting there is a maroon truck that is swerving all over the road and almost hit the caller's vehicle. April 30th, 2025. 12:41 p.m., Lower Newton Street. Employee from Sticks and Stuff reporting that the house across the street, there have been a couple of dogs that have been outside and barking all the time for the past couple weeks. 1:39 p.m., Maiden Lane. Caller reporting her two neighbors below her are arguing and causing a disturbance. 1:58 p.m., Highgate. Anonymous caller reporting a male named Jacob is heavily intoxicated and is smashing cars that he doesn't own in the parking lot and was also heard talking about wanting to shoot the police. They witnessed this over a third-party Snapchat conversation. Dispatch reports he is known for eluding police, being violent and combative. 7:18 p.m. Unknown location. A Danielle Pino was cited and given a court date. Reason wasn't given. 7:24 p.m. Walmart. Employee calling to report someone stole a shopping cart full of items and left in a black Jeep heading toward the city. 7:38 p.m. Lower Newton Street. Caller reporting a Connor B. stole a bike and they would like to speak to an officer about it. 7:45 p.m. Lake Street. Caller reporting she heard a loud bang from her neighbor and since then she hasn't stopped screaming. Dispatch reports they can hear the screaming in the background. At 7:48 p.m., the responding officer checking in that he arrived to the address. I could hear the screaming in the background as well. At 7:56 p.m., the officer asked dispatch to send AmCare. 8:09 p.m., Dollar General/Fairfax. Employee reporting a female stole a shopping cart full of items and took off in a dark green vehicle. At 8:17 p.m., Alexis was charged with retail theft and already has a warrant and a $1,000 bail. Kristen was also charged. At 8:22 p.m., they both have been trespassed from the Dollar General. At 9:12 p.m., the officer reports he just dropped the women off at corrections and is now returning the stolen items to Dollar General. 8:19 p.m., TJ Maxx. Caller reporting she was verbally assaulted by a group of juveniles and they threw glass bottles at her car, breaking her windshield. She said she held up a knife at them to make them leave. 9:02 p.m., up on Aldous Hill. Caller reporting there are two people in a tent and their bike is stashed under trees up on the way to the tower. The responding officer reported he will take care of it. At 9:09 p.m., one of the people has the last name Pelletier and they are heading to corrections. 9:04 p.m., unknown location. Caller reporting she saw a male in the bed of a blue Ford truck who was yelling at another male who was driving during a red light. She has a video of it and would like to speak to an officer. 9:18 p.m., unknown location. A Daniel Riley was arrested and transported back to the barracks. The officer asked for AmCare to meet him there. 9:53 p.m., Georgia. Employee reporting a retail theft by a male that left in a truck. They have a photo of the vehicle. 9:56 p.m., Main Street. Caller reporting there is a female and child with luggage at the Weldon trying to open the doors. Dispatch reports it's possibly immigration-related. May 2nd, 2025. 6:09 p.m., Kingman Street. Caller reporting there are multiple people doing drugs in the porta potty that is in the alleyway. 7:23 p.m., unknown location. Caller reporting there is a man and his daughter that are riding their bikes in the middle of the road, and she's concerned for their safety. At 7:25 p.m., the responding officer did not see anyone riding bikes in the area. 8:12 p.m., unknown location. Caller wants 2 press charges against another female. No details given. 8:46 p.m., interstate. Caller reporting there is an 18-wheeler that has been driving erratically with its lights off on the interstate and hit the curb when they got off the exit into the city. Then the truck went to the back of Walmart's parking lot. It has Quebec plates. At 8:53 p.m., the person doesn't have any warrants, but the name was not said over the scanner.